welcome again to Marilyn Hall's. Hey, are we going to have another 1976?
Well, 1976. I think I don't know. I can remember it because it was the year when I first got married, and the day we got married, it was cloudy. That should have been prophetic.
The portents were there.
But it's that it was quite hot in 75, but the real blue sky, solid wall-to-wall blue sky for weeks and weeks started. I think it started late April, early May, and it went right the way through. And I can remember having to drive every day up from Southampton to Basingstoke, and I worked in an office that was in a concrete precinct in Basingstoke. Oh, and the heat was unbearable. But then I don't know. I don't think it got over 30. It may have done. I don't know. I just know it was unbearable. But you know, it happens, doesn't it? I mean, it does happen that. And Sharon Davis was on TV this morning, and they were saying about how many schools have stopped their sports days, and she was absolutely anti it, and quite right. She said, why can't they just go out and enjoy the beautiful summer, make sure they've got hats on and suntan and hydrate them and get them out the class and get them out there? He said, well, you know, she says, we're not building resilience. No, we're not. She's absolutely right.
No, I mean, I know. We all can remember the times when we used to walk to school in a foot of snow, and you only need 3 centimeters these days.
I was 5 years old, and I had to walk to my prep school with my mum, which was a good 1.5 miles, and we used to have hot water bottles inside our winter coats to keep us warm. And do you remember how people got chilblains?
Yeah,
I mean, I never got them, but all that stuff. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Well, it's all part of the 100,000 people with attention deficit syndrome that now are not required to work. It's all part of it. It
is. Absolutely. You just, in a mindset all those years ago was you leave school, whatever, you go to university, whatever, but you get a job. There was no way anyone would have thought about swanning around with no future or no nothing. Just wasn't even considered.
Behind the scenes, I've got some good news. It's not officially out there, but the whispers are that now they want to get rid of 1/3 of the courses at universities, the dead end courses.
Well, I think, I mean, some of them I think for some they can go. The trouble is they got away and closed down technical colleges, and the tech colleges were good for some of these courses like, you know, photography and art and, you know, all sorts of stuff that, you know, all sorts of things like, I don't know, anything to do with doing health stuff or beauty treatments. That's what the tech colleges were for. And so now they got rid of those. It's weird that they've become part of a university. It doesn't seem right. They need to bring the tech colleges back.
They do, and get proper apprenticeships with companies that are paid as well for kids.
Yes, absolutely.
Because teaching them what the real world is like.
Absolutely, because you can get, if you want to be an accountant, you know, you can get an apprenticeship. Where, I mean, when my sons, 2 of my boys are actuaries, when they got their degrees, they then got a job, and then 1 day a week they had to do their own study. It's a heck of 15 exams after you've done your degree course, and you've got to do it all on your own. You don't really have a tutor until about a month before the exams. And, you know, I mean, they're now, earning a fortune, and it's great. But I mean, you gave up most of your early 20s, mid 20s to study. But they were still being paid, you know, they didn't, you know, they got their maths degree and then went into this line of work. But yeah, I think the apprenticeships are great for so many things, because the debt that you can ramp up is disgraceful.
It is. The whole scheme is rotten.
It is. No, it's not working.
It doesn't work.
No,
it's rotten, and it goes number 2 after number 1, which is devolution, Sir Tony. That's a disaster. And this gentleman called Andy Burnham is going to devolve everywhere in the United Kingdom. The cost is going to be impossible to meet.
Absolutely.
And the bureaucracy is going to be even worse than now. Is that possible? Yes, it is. We're going to
Yes.
cover that in a minute. You come to
Yeah.
Spain to see where
It's
bureaucracy.
ridiculous. And it's unnecessary. You know,
Yeah,
what's he going to have a
isn't
cabinet
it?
meeting in his living room?
Well, yes. We're going to mention a guy called Raja Miah.
Yeah.
Now, this has made both of us mad. No good for our blood pressure for a long time. And you have to be so careful in this business when you pick up stuff from various social media platforms. You've got to check them out. And whereas this program will be about half an hour, you can multiply that by 10. What goes on before then when we're digging and finding out whether that particular post is true or false? This is a prime example. Now, Roger Meir, MBE, has been absolutely digging away in the Greater Manchester area, Rochdale, Oldham in particular, about the rape gangs for years. And he's been castigated by the government, MPs of all colours, you name it, local authority guys. I wonder why. Could it possibly be because they are culpable in much of the stuff that's going on? It's a cover up. Now, we all know that at last a national inquiry, we don't know how much teeth it's got, but a national inquiry, the difference being that it can actually subpoena people,
Yes.
get them into court to witness what's gone on, good or bad. Because in the past, you could just say, not interested, don't want to say anything. Marilyn, it's a massive cover up.
But are they going to subpoena Keir Starmer, and are they going to subpoena Mark Rowley and Sadiq Khan and Andy Burnham? I mean,
that's number 1, 2, 3, and 4 that I'd have to go at.
yeah, I mean, what are they going to do? This is what, you know, I just worry that there's still going to be a cover up when they're trying to unravel the cover up.
Yes, it is possible.
I think it's
all right
possible.
to breathe a sigh of relief, saying, at last we're making some against a headwind that is a full gale. But I don't, there's a way out of it. You can be darn sure that Sir Keir and co would not have agreed to this if it was going to finish up by pointing the gun at them. And it will do.
It will do, but they'll find a way of squirming out from under it, won't they?
Yes.
Like they always do. So the trouble is, I'm not. If it was Rupert Lowe or anybody else, I would say that's an honest report and it's not tainted. But I will not trust the inquiry. I'm sorry, I won't trust it, because wasn't it Burnham that said there'll be no names of police officers? There are plenty of them up to their neck in it in Manchester.
Yes.
So
it's truly, I mean, that's our old territory. We used to live in Saddleworth, which part of Greater Manchester brought into it from the West Riding of Yorkshire while we were there. And we noticed while we were there was a tremendous problem with non-Indigenous people. They were taking over whole streets. They were buying blocks of terrace houses.
yes.
And the one thing about terraced houses in those days, probably still is, you could walk through the pointed rafters of the roof
Yeah,
from one house to the next.
that's right.
And that was an additional storage area even for illegal immigrants as well as the legal
That's
ones.
right. In trafficking.
Yep, and they were pushing back and changing areas, and it wasn't healthy. And can I say, there was a certain gentleman castigated by everybody, it seems, called Enoch Powell, saying the truth, and he was shut up.
I know.
Now, I've got some footage, which we're going to put on the channel, of an interview with Dick Cavett, American show host, and him describing what would happen by the turn of the century, i.e. 2000. You know, it wasn't the Rivers of Blood speech, although in context it was not ill-founded. It was just, apart from that, this is what's going to happen. it was worse what was happening,
Mm,
basically.
I mean, he was a visionary. He was prophetic, and yeah. I mean, goodness me, you see it on X sometimes, where a photo of him where he goes, "I told you so."
Yeah.
And it wasn't racist. I mean, I just wish
No, not in
people.
the least.
I really do wish people would stand up, and I don't know how they're going to, because people are being blocked more and more and more about what they say, what they can do. Oh, they can't arrest all of us, can they? You know, if we all.
Well, yes. The interview, as you know, that I sent to you that we did because of your kind introduction with Lucy Marsh highlighted so many things. And if you think that's when you watch it on our channel, please don't hold your breath. The second one will be even more revelatory.
Yeah,
This is an independent person completely running an independent charity, saying what is going on in our country. The cover up is shameless.
yeah, yeah,
And even going back, believe it or not, guys, grooming gangs, it's nothing new. It's been
no,
going on from the 1950s.
yeah.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
You do
yeah. I mean,
now.
I knew it was been going on for 30, 35 years when I first discovered it 15 or 20 years ago. I knew it went back, but the whole demise of this is it goes really kicks off with Tony Blair, who's one of the most corrupt prime ministers ever. And then you've got that, and you've got the silencing of the family courts. Him and his wife set that up. That's absolutely outrageous. The forced adoptions, that's another story that needs to be discussed. Forced adoptions, where social workers get for the social department £4,000 for every forced adopted child. But then the thing you did with Lucy Marsh, which just give one statistic, where you said 20% of people that adopt are gay, and she said no, it's more like 40%. And this is a family education trust, and I do look at it, and do look at Rodney's. It was. I mean, I did an interview with her with my heart and soul, but the production wasn't good. The where she was sitting wasn't a good reception. But it's very, very. It's eye-poppingly awful, and it's true. And that is true. That's not AI. It really is the truth that she's come out with.
Yeah,
It's dreadful.
it's all, how this could look from the Americans' point of view. They get it.
Yeah.
They're looking at Britain. We said it many times on this program and saying, how could this happen to Great Britain?
Mm.
Well, it has, and we know how it's happened. We've let people come into this country, and their one objective is to have a caliphate,
Yeah.
to turn over insurgency, call it what you like, our nation. And when in the last census, 30% of them said, we want a caliphate, we want to overtake your country. You bet your life that's at least 50%.
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, they make no secret of it. They get off the boats and they start saying it straight away. I mean, I just don't understand why we sit here and just take it. I
Well,
don't
I'll
get
tell
it.
you why. It's because of voting. It's as simple as that. If you've got 7% of them in the country as the total population, which you have, that's, you think, oh, it's only 7%. They've not got the majority. Hang on. Not everybody votes.
No, that's true.
7% of 50%, if you like, of a turnout is a heck of an amount. It can turn over many constituencies. And they know how to vote because they say to their family, you turn up, you vote in that direction. So it's actually worth a lot more than 7%.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's the whole. There's so much corruption going on here. People don't know the half of it. They really don't. It's just, I saw a thing this morning done by Dominic Cummings, who, whether you like him or not, he is absolutely sure that behind the scenes they are trying to break Nigel Farage. Well, they will want to. It was obvious.
We're
I mean,
preparing a program on this.
Yeah.
We have mentioned it several times on this program, you and I, is that he's going to get it. The target's on his back.
Yeah.
And he's going to get it from all sides.
And he doesn't look well. He looks very stressed. And I'm not
So. I
surprised.
think you're right.
He does look very stressed, and I mean, he's at the wrong age in life where he could have a stroke. He could have, it's not. He's not men at his age. It's a dodgy time to, it is dreadful what they're doing, what they are doing in their pursuit of power and overriding. I am not sorry to be the age I am. I worry for my grandchildren. I really, really do. What sort of world? But I can just see them all leaving this country, quite honestly. I really can. There was a thing yesterday I saw that they reckon a quarter of this year's year 6 children, so that's 11-year-olds, a quarter of them will never work. And I said, well, what a prediction that is. They will work because they'll leave the country. They'll go abroad. They're not going to stay here because it's not going to be worth staying here soon.
Going back and related to what we're saying now, actually, Daddy, Shabir Ahmed, worked for donkey's years, actually, as a delivery driver up in Oldham and Rochdale. He was known to the council, had many mates there. They must have known.
Of course. They're part of it. They'd have been part of it, Rodney.
Indeed. In that terms, the local blob knew exactly what was going on, and for the sake of votes, allowed it. It is utterly shameful. And when we're now talking about deportation, Pakistan don't want him back. Well, of course, would you want him back? But there's ways and means. We're paying Pakistan £80 million
there we go,
a year.
exactly right. Well,
they're not.
No,
that's got to go. The visa.
They should chop them, but they won't do that because of human rights. They won't do that because of the foreign aid, will they? But that should be pulled straight away, as should anyone. Anyone coming from Pakistan doesn't get a visa. Anyone.
Exactly.
And we are getting all the dross. Let's be honest. We are getting the absolute scum of across Europe that's coming here. We are not getting anyone. If you're a doctor, you're not going to come on a boat, are you? They're not coming in on the boat. These are absolute scumbags that are coming in. That, I mean, within an hour of hitting the country's shores, they're already touching up white girls.
Let me have one last word before we move on. We have heard this morning, just before going on air, it's not the only place that is being taken over. Spain is. That they've made this ridiculous law saying, you're here, we'll legalize the lot of you. It's over 1 million. And you've got to apply. Suddenly we find out that at least 400,000 of them have forged documents to get in on that basis.
Yeah.
Now, is that the type of people that you want in your country?
No. I mean, and they say with this, the guy, the daddy guy, that he doesn't, basically he's stateless, isn't he? Because we won't have him, and he's ripped up his passport, apparently.
Oh, shame. What makes no difference?
That doesn't stop it. Of course it doesn't stop it.
Doesn't stop him being in Pakistan.
But there's a meeting going on this afternoon, apparently, that Kemi Badenoch is really pushing that, with this early release scheme, no sex offenders should come out. But see, this is the point. When they set this up, that they were going to have to do it, they absolutely expressly said, we will not be releasing anyone that's a violent risk to society, including paedophiles and sex offenders. And yet again, they've lied.
Exactly. People say, it's a U-turn. No, it's not. It's a lie.
It's a lie. Absolutely. It's a lie. And I've, if you're only going to look it up, it's all there. It'll be headlines in the press going back when they first said this. They were not going. It was specifically not going to release violent people. But now I read today that they're thinking of releasing all the gangs, all the gang rapists. What?
Oh, let's all have a party. Yeah. Okay.
And I mean, not being funny. What about the victims' human rights?
Absolutely. How can they walk the streets again?
It's dreadful. They shouldn't be allowed anywhere near. They should have an injunction about going where they are, but be deported. I mean, it's dreadful.
They should have an injunction saying that you can be on the Outer Hebrides. Not that they would want them either. No, back to their homeland.
But that,
Right.
there has to. I do not believe, because as Chris Philp came up with a way of doing it, and whether he's going to announce that today, I don't know. But the likelihood of doing something that the Tories have come up with is pretty remote, I would say.
Yeah, and let's not completely remove Tories from the guilt of all this. They're as not quite as culpable.
Well, no, but they didn't control it either. They're all in it together. They're all in the mess together. Let's be honest.
Therefore, we go to Japan, who have problems, but they seem to solve them. But there again, the present problem, of course, is aviation fuel. Okay, the Straits of Hormuz seem to be getting the odd tanker through, and people are not panicking as much as they should. Again, panic took hold. There's another 18 months before a second pipeline opens across the desert. Forget about the Straits of Hormuz when that opens, because that will free everything that we've not got at the moment. But with the relaxation of things, aviation fuel particularly is hard hit, the kerosene end of the petrol spectrum. And Japan have solved it. Well, we solved it actually a few years ago, and it's called utilization of fuel that we've already got. Can I refer to chip shops? Because I'm sure they've not got any chip shops. Should have, shouldn't they, in Japan? It's a fishy nation. We, as still owner of one or two fish and chip emporiums, we reckon that we're the best in the business. We open in seaside resorts, and yes, you might pay a bob or two extra, but well worth it, folks, because it's fresh, local stuff, and it costs, but you've never had anything like it. And we regularly get visits when the oil has finished in the chip shop fryer, because they used to make lipstick out of the solid fat. Are you going to use lipstick anymore, girls? Well, they still do. Think of the taste of fish and chips on your lips.
Because I could taste vinegar.
Well, it's all vinegar, yeah. So it's valuable, but a few years ago, you may remember that people started putting it in cars.
Yes.
To replace diesel.
Yes.
And so it was a valuable commodity. And we were urged, because we've got gallons of this stuff to get rid of, use it in your vehicles. Now, it's not that simple. But by very simple chemistry, Japan have found out they can make kerosene, aviation fuel out of it. And they're not very well upon the carbon liquid stuff. There's no deep oil whales, or very little, in Japan. So they found a way around it. So that's your good news. But the good news carries on. Because have you been in a hotel, everybody, and suddenly thought, oh, that's a lovely dressing gown. I fancy that. Now, hotels have been suffering from pillaging
Yes.
for a few years. And they've got the technology, so beware, everybody, to see what's going on. And I'll tell you about it. Before you take the bathrobe, you may actually find a little notice, a polite notice on your dressing table. And it says, a variety of things. But if you want this dressing gown, we welcome that you take it home, but please pay £120 at reception. So that's a nice way of putting it. And that's one way, be nice and say that's what happens. But the other things people pinch are remote controls for their telly at home.
Really?
Oh, you'd be surprised. Don't try it, because they're particular to that particular television.
Of course,
Hotels
exactly.
are getting smart. It will not work on your home.
It won't.
So no, not a chance. The other thing you might come across is, oh, this is nice bed linen. And the cotton count is very high on hotel stuff.
Yes.
It has to be washed. every day in a lot of times. So they got to use the best stuff. So don't be tempted, because now what they do is they press into the fabric a little chip. Looks like paper. And when you get into the lobby to take your suitcases out, la, 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 yes, the alarm sounds.
But
Oh,
being funny, why? You've got enough luggage anyway. What would you think about, king size sheets? I mean, it's ridiculous.
well, somebody asked king size beds in
My
there.
goodness me.
There
Yeah.
you go. So there's all sorts of things going on. And you want to know why they want you to leave your credit card details. Now you know why.
Golly, I don't even take the little bottles of shampoo that you don't use.
Oh, really? And the other thing, of course, is the horrible, I object to this, is the fridge in your room.
Oh, yeah.
They can even tell you when you moved the bottle of Coke from
Yes, that's right.
the fridge.
That's right. That is absolutely right.
Yeah. Oh, my
Yeah.
goodness. Anyway, if you want to be madder after those two items, let me tell you that 30% of marriages down to age 6 occur in mosques. 30% of the mosques are actually marrying kids down to
In our country.
in our country.
And what
that
about
is
Spain?
Sharia.
Is it going
That's
on?
Sharia law. I don't know the figures in Spain.
It's terrible. It's
I
absolutely
would
disgusting.
think that they'd be onto that in a flash.
It's dreadful. I mean, honestly, there was a photograph of a child the other day. She was 11. She'd just had a baby by this creep of a guy that she was married to. It's just disgusting. I mean, it's just, I don't, I just, as I say, I find it so depressing that I have to watch how much time I sort of look at some of the stuff now online. It's just awful. I mean, I can't understand how they allow it. That's child abuse. That's paedophilia.
Well, it's custis.
How can they, whatever you call it, how can you get around that?
Well, you can't, but lawyers can get around anything, can't they? And when you've got the ex head honcho of the police prosecution service as your prime minister, past tense, but he's still there. He won't go.
Oh, he's gone off to some summit today. NATO summit, is it?
Yeah, well, he's with his mates. They're all part of the blob, aren't they?
Exactly.
It's got to make a blob, but it's still a blob.
Got to get a few more free aircraft, free flights in before he leaves.
Well, it adds up. Let me tell you another bit of news that might frighten you before we go. We have to go. And the way that we treat our children in Ben al Madinah, which is a seaside resort just down the road from here, a couple were recently sentenced for an event. Think of Madeleine McCann.
Yeah.
Whereby they left their children. They were in Holiday World, which is a resort in Ben al Madinah, and they went to an adult-orientated bar. 3 young children left on their own. They were found without adult supervision. He was 41, she was 28. They received a 1 year and 4 month sentence.
Quite right.
Yes. It's suspended because it's difficult doing it any other way when you're dealing with holidaymakers.
Yes, yes.
The children were immediately taken off them and are now in care of the Andalusian social services. Now, have we got something to learn?
Well, I mean, it's just totally selfish, isn't it? I mean, when I had my kids growing up, we used to go on rented cottages and that sort of thing. And we would always eat early with them. We would never stick them to bed and then go out and get some food or something. You just don't do that. It's like having a dog. It's not just for Christmas. You've got to keep, you are committed and responsible for that human being. You can't, I was more angry about the McCann case than I was sad. I was sad for her, what happened to her, but I was angry that 2 intelligent people who didn't need to go on a holiday. They could have had grandparents back here that would have had the children, or you don't do what they did, which are my daughter's friends were in the hotel at that time in where they were staying, and they were absolutely bladdered every single night.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and cautionary tale. A little bit of better news is that be careful what you buy. I'm talking to myself now. Apparently, in various parts of Spain, they're cracking down on shirtless individual.
Yes, good.
Usually men.
Yes, good.
Have covering for various reasons, and even swimwear away from the beach.
Yeah.
Now that's interesting, especially if you can get fined between 100 and 700 pounds. Local laws.
Well, if you're wearing a skimpy pair of trunks with like a budgie smuggler, I mean, you're not going to be looking like.
Well, I'm now looking for your advice, because I went out this Sunday to a local hypermarket because I thought, oh, I could do with some more. It's short trouser time. I could do with a couple extra. So I went there, and I apparently went to the wrong stand. I got some of these short. They turned out to be swimwear, of course, because a lot of swimwear is that. Now, if I go to Barcelona, our local town when we're up north, then they're going to find me because I'll be in swimwear. Do they measure the length of your?
Well, I do think I think some swimwear is so obviously swimwear. If you wear like the stupid little things that they wear when they're doing Olympic diving, you know what I mean? But if you're wearing, I think, mid-thigh, shorts that, yeah, right, they might be swimwear, but they're not revealing anything, and they're the same length as a pair of shorts. But I just think it's disgusting seeing sweaty men walking around with no top on. I mean, I think that is right. Put a t-shirt on. I mean, it's awful. I mean, most of them haven't got great bods anyway, have they? I mean, they need you. You look at some, well, we've seen a few around here, with the hot weather, and I think, really, seriously, you really want someone to look at that? I mean, truly, a lot of them are carrying a little bit too much blob around their stomachs, and they haven't got a six-pack at all. I mean, it's just like 6 pounds of fat hanging off them. It's disgusting.
It's called a 16-pack.
It's just awful.
You've been warned, folks. She doesn't like sweaty men. With that, we will leave you till our next.
I think it's so funny when you watch tennis, and I'm an avid tennis fan, right? So Ivan Novak, Djokovic, yeah, Ivan Djokovic, yeah, Djokovic, right?
Yes.
I really object, and he's the only one that does it. So you finish your game or whatever, and he takes his shirt off, top, and puts on a clean one and throws his sweaty t-shirt tennis playing top into the crowd. I mean, why would you want that?
Well, he's one of our neighbours, so I'll ask him next time.
Well, I just think it's disgusting. Why on earth? I don't. No one else does it.
Well, I mean, that lucky lady will cherish that. She won't wash it.
Stick it in the bin. I mean, it's horrible. Sorry.
We're going. I can't stop her. Once she gets going, I can't stop.
Bye.
Talking about sweaty men, and she's going for ages.
Keep your tops on, mates.